I'd like to put out a quick. No, I'd like to put out a quick this. Oh, can I talk? Hello and welcome back to my channel, Vibing with Mary. If you're new, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for clicking and viewing my video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking more, and I'm basically going to be talking about something that's been weighing heavily on my mind recently, and it's just on the word change and how it relates to my life. And so if you're interested in learning or watching how I explain the prospect of change and my experience and how it relates to my life, keep watching the video. I'd like to put out a quick disclaimer really quickly. So anything I say in this video should not be used against me in the future, as opinions change all the time and stances change because we're ever evolving human beings. And so anything I say in this video can change as I learn things, as I explore more, I experience more things. Anything is subject to change. Pun not intended. Alright, let's get right into the video. So change. What is change? Change can be described as different things. It encompasses so many different things. And in basic terms, change can be described as the act of becoming different as a result of something else becoming different. Something usually propels change. Change doesn't just happen. It's something that builds up or something that immediately propels change, depending on the situation. I've listed many different points that I'd like to touch on relating to change, and I just like to share that with you guys. My first point is being able to identify change. It's very important to be able to identify when there's a difference in life and what that difference is. And so, for instance, in my life, for me, the difference was the fact that there was quarantine. So quarantine changed everything for everyone. Particularly for me, I had so many emotions that I was feeling and so many different things that I needed to channel towards something. I needed to expel in some manner. And so I decided to channel it towards something by creating or experimenting with something in order to just express my emotions. And so I decided YouTube, like, why not? And so that's how I started YouTube, to be able to further my expression of art as I like it. Next point relating to change would be an adjustment in mindset. So in order for one to properly enforce change or to properly welcome change within your life, there needs to be some sort of adjustment in your mindset and in the way you view things. Because what is change if not change in your mindset as well? It only makes sense to be able to enforce change by preparing your mind for it first. I don't know, hopefully that made sense. For me, the adjustment in my mindset, back to what I said about starting this channel and experimenting with something new, the adjustment in my mindset had to be what medium do I use, and am I comfortable with that medium? And so basically I had to figure out whether or not I was willing to go public and willing to be susceptible in such manner. And I had to prepare myself both in terms of like composition, making content, as well as emotionally. So both of those aspects are super important in adjusting your mindset. Mindset meaning you have to adjust your way of thinking. You have to adjust the way you process your emotion in order to welcome change in your life. And now I'm no professional or anything. Like I'm I'm a freshman. I'm only a freshman in uni. I've barely seen life. But these are just some things that I just wanted to share with you guys because it was presently applicable to my life and applicable to so many other people's lives, I would think. And especially in the atmosphere we're in and, you know, what's going on all around us, I think, it's very important to acknowledge the fact that there does need to be some sort of change in our lifestyle. So, yeah. The next point on my list would be the availability of resources. In order to effectively execute change, you need to have resources available. And so for me, in relation back to my example that I'm building on, the resources I needed to create this change and finally create a channel would be a camera and lighting, camera, and just content. Really, there has to be availability of resources in order to be more effective in enforcing that change, if that makes sense. And I understand that you might not have the resources you would preferably want to use to start, but I would just advise that one starts wherever they can, because if you're just waiting upon resources or waiting to save, that's fine. Like, it's all right to wait and to save, but the change isn't enforced as quickly, nor would it be as effective within your life. I think it's important to just be able to go past your perfectionism and not let the fact that you don't have resources you would prefer available at the moment, do not let that stop you from progressing with your change. And if you do let that stop you, it's a personal decision, but I think that just promotes stagnancy. I presently use my phone and a ring light, and would I like better? Definitely. Do I is this my stopping point? Definitely not. I intend on growing and hopefully getting a camera, getting better filming setup, and learning more about editing and things of that sort. And that really excites me. And that's another thing about change. Change it might not always excite you, but it's improving yourself in some way that makes you progress and grow. It's important to note or to be able to acknowledge the fact that you need to re-strategize in some way. Work with whatever you have, get creative, experiment with anything you have. It's okay. And you just find your balance and find whatever it is that works for you. And so, because I'd like to keep this video really short and simple and hopefully educative, if nothing at all, if you take nothing at all away from this, I'd like you to at least be conscious of the prospect of change. It's an inevitable phenomenon in the lives of us human beings. We're always bound to experience change, and I just think it's very important to acknowledge that in order to avoid stagnancy in lifestyle or stagnancy in whatever thing you do. But particularly for me, it's been exciting, and it's been, I will say, a little bit challenging adopting the different things that come with change in terms of just publicizing myself, I guess. For instance, when I'm editing my videos, literally nothing disgusts me more than hearing my voice in recording, but I chose to overcome that and be intentional about the fact that I have a lot of things I'd like to share with you guys. I'd like to share with the world in general. And not only that, I had to be intentional about satisfying my curiosities and experimenting with things and learning more things. And I chose to use this outlet because I thought it was the most effective outlet I could use to execute this change. And so I just wanted to, share that with you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And if you would like to see a tutorial on this look, make sure to like and comment and subscribe and turn on your notification buttons so you can get notified every time I post. If you guys would like maybe a series on me just simply talking about random topics, please let me know in the comments below as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was educative. I hope it sparked something in your mind. I hope it sparked or propelled some kind of change in your thought process or in the way of approaching things. And yeah, hopefully this changed you. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. It's very important to be always conscious of the prospect of change.